Oh, streaming. We're live. It's just like that. It's so easy. Okay, so welcome back for any of those people out there who are joining us for a second round of this nonsense. I think I'm going to try and live stream the actual, um, at least my screen portion of the workshop. I'm
Okay.
going to try, depending on what Shopify's Wi-Fi is like, it might be good or not.
Okay.
So that might be better to tune in on. Otherwise, it won't be as rambly.
Make it a
Um,
little bit condensed.
that's right, and yeah, more direct, and you might like learn some things. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get right into it. I guess you've synced up. I guess we just do a quick recap on what we've done. So we created some pages in Next.js. We created an index page. I'm not running it yet, so I'll just do that while I talk. Nice. Dev. Create an index page, just kind of our home page. We created an API route to get a timeline, because what we're doing is creating a like Twitter clone. And then we created this like tweet component that can be shared between all the pages. And I think that was about it. I think that's all we did. We struggled for like a good 10 minutes on figuring out this CSS stuff.
Yeah.
but other than that,
Fun.
yeah, that was good. Let me just open up my localhost 3000. This is what we did last time. Oh, it's so good. Some cat pictures. They're new cat pictures today, or at least the bottom one is new. So what we're going to do today, just to wrap up what Next is kind of capable of, even though this is like just scratching the surface, I feel like, of what is available. And you can always go to like the documentation site, nextjs.org/docs, to see all of it. And hopefully we'll have some time to cover some more in the actual workshop, but otherwise. We're going to be able to click on this cute cat here, which I'm pointing at. Matt, you can't see this, but I'm pointing at like the profile picture type thing, and so we'll be able to click on that and navigate to whoever's profile this is. In this case, I'm hovering over Fred. Similar if you had to click on the banana, we would go to that profile. So let's do that. Let's do this. I'm ready.
Perfect.
Let me just adjust my screen so that people can see you. Whoop. Why? There we go. Yeah, bring it, I think a bit lower. Hold on, the stream's behind, so. Okay. So I think what we have to start off with is creating that profile page. And if you've ever used React Router or Express.js, I know they're completely separate things, but you've probably written a route that accepts like a parameter in it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You can do the same thing with the pages in Next. So if you were to imagine like I guess I can just pull up an empty file here. If you were to imagine like writing a route for Express, you'd have like slash, I don't know, profile, slash, and then like :ID, right? For the ID of the profile you want to visit. You can do the same thing here by creating like an id.js file inside the pages directory with some fancy square bracket notation like this, which means that
in the file name.
That's the file name. Yeah. So
cool.
if you go ahead and create that file name, or I guess I don't know. Oh, I guess okay. Hold on, we're diving into two things at once. I like the idea of having it slash profile slash ID.
Right.
And routing. You can just try and guess what that would be like in Next.js using the file system, creating a route like that.
So if we created like in the pages folder, another profile folder with an ID file with that.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Cool.
So
I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, someone's here, and they just put a lot of dragons in the chat. Oh my goodness. Dad, G, Daxi, Gua. That's my best pronunciation, I'm sorry. I just said that was brutal.
It's Humphrey.
What? Okay. So you did that. Sweet. Okay, let's just do like we pop in that file and write, because it's a page, we remember from last time that we can write it without importing React in this super basic implementation. Let's go ahead and do that. So just really like spitting out like, yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what I call the
Not at all.
component itself.
For some reason, it always puts random new lines in.
Okay. All right.
It's Humphrey. Welcome, Humphrey. I see you saw the chat. That's why you was Humphrey.
Yeah. All right. So just empty it for now, but.
Do you see two divs there?
Yes.
Okay.
I see the opening and closing.
Okay. So I'm not sure. This is where I have to like refresh my memory a little bit. Let's just console log props here.
Okay.
I'm not sure if the ID comes directly in here or if we have to use a hook to get the like router in here. So let's just go to the browser. Oh, right, the browser. I gotta like make that window separate. There we go. And just inspect this elements. So if I just kind of like I'll just go to this URL /profile/ I don't know 1 2 3 4 for now. Props is not defined. That makes 100% sense. All the sense. Okay, there we go. Oh, we do get the router. We get the URL right away. Awesome. I don't think I can print it out though.
But yeah, because it deploys it or not. Hot reloads it with your routes in place already, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Cool.
And then you can see, like, if we print out props.query, you should be able to get that. It's undefined. Props.url.query. That would be the correct path. There we go.
I actually see the console log in the terminal in VS Code. Right.
Yeah, because it's also server-side rendering, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So URL query path name. Oh, there's a back function. Cool.
Yeah, so you pretty much get like a whole HTML5 router in this like location object, where you can like push onto the stack and it uses the history and all that kind of nice stuff. And you can access that. I don't remember what they call that. I don't know. You can access those functions so you can do them inside of code. Like clicking on a button navigates you. But what we will do to get to this page and have this query automatically populate, which I guess .id, we'll just do .id. For the time being, we can just spit it out on the page. We don't have to like look at the console every time. We'll just toss it in that div. Okay. But if you head over to our main page, like our index page, actually I'm 100% lying to you, because our tweet component is what we're going to want to modify. Because in the index page, we make that API call and then render all these tweets out. So let's go into the tweet component, and then we're going to make this profile picture part of the element a link.
Right, and that's we're getting that from right from React Router, or is there a NextJS?
There's a NextJS router. So they offer a component called link, which we can use.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and it can do like a bunch of cool stuff. So if you import link as a component, capital L, and then it's next/link. // Yeah.
Is it like at next or just next?
Nope, I think it's just next. Yeah. And then we can wrap. So link is this really cool function, component, that it can wrap any element that has an on-click ability, and it'll use that as a kind of a link. So this div automatically has an on-click, so you can just wrap this whole div in that link component.
Okay.
It won't modify the styling at all. It's not going to add, as far as I know anyways, not going to add elements in there.
Okay.
Sweet. And then you can use link. Go
Well,
ahead.
like a 2?
No, so you can use link exactly like an anchor tag. So it's got href on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you can use like what are those called? Like, yeah, like those. Profile.
Oh, getting ahead of myself here. All right,
Yes.
and now we want the ID coming.
We'll do the handle.
Like handle. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect. So then if nothing's broken, it's all compiling happy. And we'll go back. So we should be able to, obviously we have no hover styles on the profile picture, but if I click on it, I should go boom. Head over straight to the profile page for much cat too cute. The wrong two. Did they work for you?
It kind of hung for a bit, but 1 second. I'll try this again. I'll just reload the page.
I'll get off the page.
Okay, yeah. It took a while. I don't know if it's
Maybe he's trying to compile it again.
it's going to the page, and yeah, it says it on the top now. But it was kind of slow.
Yeah, so the first time, because it's server-side rendering it, it's going to compile those pages.
Right.
But it should be faster the second time around because it's already cached.
Right.
So you can do like a lot of cool stuff with those links. You can add a prefetch to them, so you can choose to prefetch the pages behind those links. You can do like routing outside of the next app, that kind of stuff. I'm just going to quickly add to the cart profile so that when you hover on it, you get a mouse icon. Oops, this is not Sass.
You know, I think I'm getting some lag because of the live share, because I'm running through like everything through VS Code, but through the live share, like the code's not actually on my machine.
I see.
I wonder if that's why. It must be that, because it's like it's way slower than it should be.
Right.
And I don't think it's representative of how it's actually going to run if I was coding it on my computer.
Maybe everyone can just see on my screen what's happening then. How fast it is.
Yeah, that works.
You'll see in the actual, you'll see in the actual demo. You can hover and then cursor, pointer. There we go. So we should get some hover effects-ish now. Yeah, there we go. So we can click on Fred. We can't click on Fred's name, which we should probably be able to do as well, but for now it's just the profile photo, I guess. Cool, okay.
I mean, all we'd have to do is wrap both with the link, right?
That's right. Yeah. Or individually, either way.
That.
Doesn't, okay.
I'll try it.
Sweet. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that's not going to work because I think I wrapped...
No,
why didn't you like that? Oh, because you had 2 elements. No, that should be fine. Unless Link can only have 1 child, which would make sense, actually.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like maybe with a fragment or something, but you try that another time.
But I even think a fragment wouldn't work because it doesn't have an on-click function. It has to have on-click.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
yeah. I'm just trying to think about if there's anything else. Right, we could probably do like a reuse of the Twitter card. So when we go to this profile page, instead of just printing out the profile, we can just show the tweets as well, maybe.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is some fancy new Next 9 stuff. I don't know if you can see this, Matt, on your page. At the very bottom right hand, you kind of get these notifications when you're in development mode. This one says pre-rendered page.
Yeah.
So we know that it's automatically server-side rendered. If I make a change to this page and it refreshes, you'll see like a little compiling symbol in the bottom too. So it lets you know that it's hot reloading. Yeah,
nice.
It's a pretty cool features for development. Okay, I'm not going to bother, I don't think, with this stream to like do this page together too much. I'll whip up a little thing later. But for now, we'll just say on the ID page when you get here, maybe let's make a new API route that takes like a post request or something like that you can grab the ID, or maybe just another GET request with a query parameter, either way. So we can get like a
with the ID.
yeah, we can get like the tweets for this person.
Right. So our current timeline endpoint, yeah, it just gets all the tweets. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yes,
Cool.
we can either modify the timeline one or we can create a new one. Either way.
I don't have much preference. I'm kind of curious to see how it would work if we were to add multiple endpoints, or yeah, multiple endpoints within this one timeline API. Actually,
Sure. So like you would just say like yeah, I mean like you're really only ever hitting one thing. So this is a serverless function, so it can only ever export a single function.
Right. So then we're gonna break apart the request and look at the path and then pass it a different set.
You could totally do that. Or you could do something like, in this case it's super simple. We could just get from the request, we'll just take out a query. I think this is how Express kind of does it. We'll just console log it for now. Console log the query. And then we can pretty much just check like if the query has an ID in it, then we know we just want to look for those IDs. Otherwise we just send back all the tweets. We can pretty much just do like a filter on our static list of tweets.
Right.
So let's just set up in that profile page that has like the dynamic index. We should probably do it in profile id.get initial props.
Yeah.
And then context. We didn't really get into what the context object is about too much. In the last, there's a little bit of that in the last stream, I guess, the last video.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you can take a peek at the other get initial props, and we'll do something very similar, but obviously, actually we do need context here because it's going to have the router context. Let's just print it out.
So that's, yeah, without that we wouldn't have the ID.
That's right.
I
think it's something similar to url.query, but I'm not 100% certain.
I'm just going to bring in isomorphic and fetch.
Yes. No, go ahead. It is just.
Can we edit? If you're editing one line and I jump up and like a person starts that one, is your cursor going to follow where you were?
Nope.
No?
Okay. Will it follow where I will? Yeah, like we can type independently.
Right. Okay.
I can type query from here, and you can type up there. We've already done, but so you can just get the query params from context.query directly like that, and then we can do that whole fetch situation. Const response equals. Oh my gosh! Please do utilities for this kind of nonsense. It's so bad. And then we hard coded this last time, so we didn't have to deal with. Because this runs, yeah, for those of you who are like kind of joining, this is the first time you're seeing this get initial props function of NextJS. This function runs like everything on both the server side and the client side. So we don't have this address because we might be localhost, or it might be our domain, or it might be some static domain that, or dynamic domain that that now creates for us. We'll have to kind of figure out what the host name and the protocol are. There are ways of doing it, but I'm just going to avoid it because you need to do two different ways. One for the client and one for the server, and it's just like, forget it. So we're hard coding it. So we're lazy like that. API/timeline. And we'll toss in that, oh dear, query parameter, except I'm not using separate literals. There we go. ID. That's not also how you do query. ID equals ID. And we'll make it async. Async. Wait. There, and then some super simple like if response. Not okay. And then we're gonna return. I guess it's just gonna be called tweets, right? Tweets. Await response.json. I'm not sure you can return empty things. It's an empty list otherwise. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. So we should now get, if we go to that page, we should get a printout. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay. So I think this is the printout here in the console that says ID muchcat2cute. That is happening in our timeline right here. We're printing the query. Let me just make sure. Put the brackets in there. Boom. There we go. Query. Oh, I'm getting a warning.
Yeah,
URL
properties
deprecated. Open the link. I just want to see if I'm supposed to use with router the hook. There's an error. We'll fix it. Yeah, okay. Because of hooks, this lovely thing of hooks, I guess this is not supposed to be used anymore. It's deprecated. They have a hook in Next. Import. So you can import the router a few different ways. You can import it as like a static object router. I don't think you can access proper router. From Next router. I don't think you can access all of the pages, like query params from there, but you can access the functions that apply to the router, like push, replace, that kind of thing.
I don't think we're seeing your code on the screen.
What?
I'm just having a look right now. I see the page itself, but I see our faces and the localhost page, but not the code.
I'm seeing it. I'm looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? I think.
I see. Okay. You scared me for a second.
Yeah.
Yes, you can import.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. Yeah, you can import router like this and access all the functions required to like push and modify the history. You can also grab a few things. One is called with router, and if you remember back of the days of classes, so long ago, with router would be like what is that called again? Higher order components.
Like a higher order component, yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta, I guess, wrap the export.
That's right. So you can wrap the export with the router, and you can get a router as a prop into there. The other thing you can do is use router, which is obviously a hook, and you get the router object out of it. So I'm just going to I guess I won't actually just do it more explicit. Use router. And this is like the best way of using the NextJS router, obviously. And then in here we can just say, instead of props at URL, router query.id. And that functions exactly the same. But we don't even need this, I don't think, because we're never making this request inside of the render function. So we don't need props. We don't need the router at all.
And everything else inside the props we just get it from the context anyway.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So everything in here we're just getting from the context, which is because it's on the server for most of the time, it's going to get the query in there.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are cases where that's not going to happen because we're navigating. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If it's already rendered, I'm not sure. And it's only calling this. There's so much to think about with server-side rendered applications.
Yeah.
Make sure you try navigating to it and not just showing up or refreshing. Okay, right. So we want to go in timeline and we want to just really quickly filter this list. So we're only getting the tweets that belong to us.
Yeah.
So if you want to go ahead and do that, Matt, I'm going to go and copy and paste the little loop that spits out the tweets.
All right, I'm going to do that in the initial class and
Oh, I see.
Filter in the render.
No, but you can filter it on the API route though.
Right.
Tweets, no, tweets is from props here. Tweets. There we go. And then we have this tweet component. So we can import our shared tweet component from. We nested twice now. Components. Components / tweet. So it is a good thing I didn't design Twitter. Oh dear. Boom, look at that. Except that's everybody. Okay, you're still filtering.
So in this case here, because we're using the same export, I'm going to check if there's an ID, and if there's an ID, then filter. Otherwise, just give me all the tweets, right?
That's
Unless
right.
I would share this one function.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not the best like URL like design for an API, but you could very simply create another API route. It's just easier for us because we've statically put in all this junk, like these fake tweets.
Yeah.
That destructuring. It's probably one of my favorite features of ES6, destructuring.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's beautiful.
And you think about how many other features of like frameworks and things use destructuring now by default. It's crazy. Like we really wouldn't be able to use hooks so nicely if we didn't have destructuring.
No, you're right.
Are you a no semicolons guy?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I have to get into that. It feels a bit cleaner.
Yeah, a coworker of mine, you know, when you started, we were talking about it. I didn't really have a strong preference,
Yeah.
and then it adopted, I forget which JS rule set, and it was just like with prettier and all that, and we just got rid of it, and we didn't really miss the most of it down. So
Right. I guess if you use prettier, I feel like you're not going to get into a mess.
yeah, exactly. Like we just don't have semicolons anymore, so it's whatever. If we had changed prettier and they just started adding the semicolons, I don't think anyone in the team would mind either way.
Yeah.
Well, except for them, I guess. Right. Cool. Okay, so yeah. Alright, let's try that.
We should probably just do a toss return at the end so we don't call response twice.
Oh, touche. Okay.
Oops. Oh, no semicolon. Well, I mean, I've prettier turned on the semicolons, so ruined your pretty code. Okay, so I should only have one when I refresh this. Yes, there we go. So our tweet now only has one image because it's friend's profile. If we go back to here, we click on the banana one, happy face. There we go. Totally unique.
Let me try this.
Oversimplified API routes, but nonetheless. Super slow for you still?
Yeah, super slow. I'll take your word for it.
Watching the stream, the lagged stream.
Yeah. I don't know which one's gonna show first.
Okay, so just to recap, we fully just went from like an application where we had one single page, just the home page, that listed all the tweets we possibly had, to a dynamic URL that now loads the tweets only for your user. And we did that in we made this a bit longer than it probably has to be in terms of number of lines of code, but less than like 30 lines of code to do that. Most of it is handled by Next, which I feel like is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And we're sharing that tweet component. We obviously have the same one rendering here as we do on the homepage here. So the last piece is, okay, now that I've built my amazing Twitter clone, it's beautiful. I'm gonna win awards because the design is so good.
It's clean.
It's very clean. Well, I wouldn't even say it's clean. It's really messy. How do we put this on the interwebs? So now is the next other, I shouldn't say next, Zeit's other product. So now.sh. Boom, if I head over there, it's going to redirect me to Zeit.co, their homepage. Easiest way to deploy websites, we're not even kidding. So you literally just go in. Now I already have an account, and I'm not sure if you have to create an account first to do this, but if I go in here and I type now on my command line, can people see that? Is that getting too low? I don't know. Here we go. And I hit enter. It's going to run now, which should upload this. Uploading all my files to the cloud, and then give me some unique URL that this will be hosted at. And then the entire world can access it. You can go and see our amazing work. There we go. I'll send around the URL in Twitch. Just so, because it's a bit nasty. I'll send it to you directly, man. Or can you see that actually?
Yeah, you can see it.
Okay. So it's building it, so you'll see like what Zeit does when it's building. I can get rid of its URL. Okay, maybe I'll just navigate there like this. Oh gosh. There's too many windows open. You should see like their logs happening. Yeah. So it gives you this like nice, it's initializing and you can follow the logs, see what's happening and what build and how long.
Is it on the URL or in the console, like when you're logged into Zeit's website?
No, in the URL. So there you go. It says it's fully deployed. So because I have an account as well, I get this nice URL where it uses my like now name, Eric Adamski, my like folder name, Zeit Workshop, and then it always gives you a .now.sh domain.
Yeah, I'm actually getting until it was done deploying, it was asking me to log in, and now I'm getting a 500. Yeah.
Why am I getting a 500? What did I do wrong, Matt?
It's the API. It's the fetch cost to local 3000.
Oh, we've been bamboozled by our like cheapness. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So that's how in the documentation do they talk about how you would have your APIs built with Next, but reference them?
That's a great question.
Or however at deploy time.
Next.
They must.
I don't actually know. Routing. There's so much stuff here. Prefetching pages, API routes. Let's look at API routes real quick and see if they have anything. Talking about middlewares, helper functions, which we know they have. Custom things. We don't want to write a custom server. We're into custom server now. We don't want to write a custom server. I think there's like they have a ton of examples on their site. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my little thing that I think I know how to do pretty easily. So inside of the context, you get a bunch of headers and requests. So you can like that headers. When this is on the server side, they also have this like really handy variable process dot browser to tell you if you're running obviously in the browser or the server.
Okay.
So I'll just print those out. Yarn dev. How am I gonna paste this? Can you paste it in the chat? No, do you have a Twitch account?
I do not.
Okay. So you get all this like nonsense spat out here. So you can see that browser.process is false because we're running on the server side. And then in all of this stuff, you have host. Host gives you like whatever you're running on. So we have localhost 3000. I don't know where you get the protocol. I thought you had the protocol here somewhere nice. Accept cookies. Interesting. I thought it was in there.
You might be able to strip things out of the referrer, but
where is the referrer? Oh, there it is. I see.
Yeah.
That's not ideal, is it?
No, it's not.
How did I do this before? Let's just print the entire request and see what happens there. That's gonna be a big object, by the way. Oops. It's a good thing I didn't pass that broken URL around. Here, have this broken URL. Okay, I'm just gonna. This might be really bad. So look at that like nasty. I'll try not to view my own stream as I'm in here. Channel. Oh, I'm missing stuff there. Okay, it's on mute. Perfect. I'm going to go chat here. That's a whispers. Where's the chat? How do I go to the chat?
Expand your window like horizontally.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I'll paste this URL in for when it starts working. This one. There we go. Boom. There we go. So when that starts working and not being a 500, then we'll have that available for people to go and visit. Right, we were printing out the object. This is why I was going here and hitting refresh. I was on the wrong page, so I go here.
Oh, there it is.
It's massive.
Yeah.
Node.js. Do we see anything useful in here? No, I don't see anything useful in here. I don't want to have to print out the entire context object. There's a URL. Then we're getting into the request, which has all the headers in it. Accept, blah, 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 blah. People have host.
If we could search the terminal, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, VS Code doesn't have that, eh?
I don't think so.
Where is it? Oh, I wonder if it's in the response. Maybe that's what it is. I think the response is in here as well. Nope. Okay. No luck. I have done this before. There's a way of doing this without going in and looking at all my production code that is not public. Let's just view this entire context object. Here it goes. Yeah, it's gonna be big. Do I hit refresh? Refresh. There we go. App tree, path name, query, as path. Oh gosh. Request objects. Oh, there's a response object. Does response have headers?
If you spit this out, is it gonna? It wouldn't show in your browser's console, right?
No, I don't think so. It's a great question. No, it does not. I feel like it only runs server side. Get initial props. That's my feeling.
Yeah.
Gosh, I thought there was a way to get the protocol and stuff from the headers. Crazy, there is not. There's no way. What's happened in my life? Okay, I feel like I have to check the code. I'm gonna go on my other computer because I don't have two screens.
So I'm just having a look. This is an old issue.
Yeah.
From like 2017.
Okay.
But if we look in the request object under underscore parsed original URL or underscore parsed URL.
Okay.
Both of type URL structure should have the protocol there. But this is like 2 years old. And someone wrote, it's safe to assume it's always HTTP, and the SSL termination has to be done by reverse proxy, like Nginx. So yeah, this is
Right, post.js.
And then someone did it by pulling it out of the refer and pretty much splitting the refer by like : / to just pull the first part.
I mean, the front end
Like
way is so
index
much
0,
easier.
like-
Okay. That seems like a way easier thing to do, I guess. Okay. I'm gonna make requests in this bloody application that I wrote.
I sent you a little snippet in Hangouts.
Oh, good. Okay, we'll use that for the protocol. I can't use the one that I want. Yeah. What? So these are an existing. I wonder what version of Next I'm using. So what? So in my code that I have a. Oh, you know what? I bet you it is. Okay, so we are using in our package.json for our dev command, we're using next dev. But where we're running it on now, we want to I think it's sending some extra headers. And in my code, I have those because you can actually emulate all of Now's like production level setup on your local machine by doing now dev. So it'll like install everything as if it was production, and have hot reloading, all those things. And I think we'll get extra headers, specifically console.log context.request.headers, and then there's one called x forwarded proto for the protocol, and x forwarded host for the host you're using. I'm 90% sure that's what's happening. So if I refresh this, it's gonna compile it. All that nonsense happened, and then no. Rec.headers. Interesting. Console dot. Oops, no, that's not it. Process.browser. Is it running on the server? Running on the server, isn't it? There's so many prints happening in my console. What's happening? Let me just go home. This loads, right? Load. Oh. No, I want to go home. There we go. Home loads. Then I go here. And it says I can't find. What? Rack. If you have a request, otherwise, okay. This is, it must be executing on the browser side. Refresh this.
Maybe. So is it? So dot. It's not finding headers.
False. Yeah, it seems like rec is undefined. So in my code, I have like a little host function. So I have something like const host is equal to, if you have context. Whoa. Context dot request, then use these to formulate your URL. Oh gosh. Okay. I just jumped all over the place. So we'll toss in like the protocol : / the host. Like that. Otherwise, there's like, you can do like new URL location dot URL dot what is this? Hold on, tell you what it is. Services host. Oops, I completely did the whole wrong thing. This is href, not URL. And this is origin. Origin. Okay, why are you saving? Let's see this one. There we go. And then console.log the host. This should work every time. No. What? I've undefined. Headers. I put header. Oh. This is like class name all over again. Oh, I put, there's two S's. Ah!
I was trying to help out here.
Okay. Ah, that works. And we got the proper host down there. http/, oh, whoops, colon, /:. That would be not good. ://. Oops. Not in there. That's broken. There. So now we got the actual host. This is kind of the logic you can use to get the host. Probably it's good idea to put like in a function or something, but we'll just duplicate it for simplicity.
Add that into the await, into the fetch.
Yeah, and so it still works over there, and then I'm just going to toss it into our index page so we have the same problem over there as well.
Right.
And just host in there.
almost like we need a helper function.
Exactly. That would be the ideal situation, I think. Okay, that was the fix for the broken. That's the for the 500, I think. So it is working here with like the now local development, like local deployment, which I guess it would have worked before too. But if we do the same thing, so we just hit now again, boom, it's gonna publish this up. It'll only upload like the necessary changed files, so it's like super fast now because it only changed a few files. But and then everybody who now has that URL can go to the site and hopefully see our view work, because it will have worked perfectly, and not be a 500 internal server.
Check out what we made.
Yeah, it's the best, I swear. You can also, I guess, like a few things about now while we're okay, we're not waiting anymore. Oh yes, it works.
So does it throw a new URL?
Yes, so that was going to mention, yeah, so
Okay.
every time we do a build, we get some sort of unique hashed URL.
Right.
But it also gives you like a main URL for the repository. So this one will always be the latest build, or I think the latest successful build. So if you have failing builds, it's not going to replace your working one. And there we go.
Okay. Right.
So we can go to Fred's profile, or we can go to Banana's profile, and see all those tweets here.
Very good.
I guess we can. Let me try running a. Where is it? Lighthouse on this. Lighthouse audit.
Yeah, let's see if they're working now.
Yeah, it wasn't working yesterday. Oh yeah. There you go. Very fast. So we got 100% performance. What was it? 86 only for best practices. Max potential first input delay. I don't know what that is. It doesn't use HTTPS? What are you talking about? Oh, Place Kitten is ruining us. Oh no. And there was a 404 for some reason when we tried to go to this page. So yeah, so like you pretty much get 100%. The load time is insanely fast for the builds here because it's all server-side rendered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one thing that I did want to show you mentioned at the beginning before we started streaming was the amazing integration with GitHub.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go ahead. It's open somewhere here. I've already opened the create a repository screen on my repo. Repository name, that's gonna be called NextJS workshop. I'll do the description and stuff later. There we go. Set this up real quick. Oop. Commit. Do I have AD? Okay, just want to make sure I don't commit no matches here. Sweet. Oop. Oh. Git add. Everything. Git commit. Initial commit. Oof, that's a lot of stuff. Oh no! I just committed the .next directory. So the .next directory is like their build directory. It's like the distribution directory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ugh. This is git rm. So I committed already, didn't I? Yeah. Git rm minus rf dot next. Remove that. Git add minus a. Okay. So it shouldn't be. I believe git commit. Amend. Oh. Okay. Now I can remote add and all that nonsense. Push to master.
Awesome. Good.
Refresh. There we go. All the code's there. No .next directory. That's good. So there's like a weird workaround. So you can either set up every single one of your repos to have NextJS, or I'm gonna put you back on the screen. There we go. Or I just do individual repositories. So I have to go to like my I'm gonna go to my settings here. Go into applications, and there's now. Wait, you can't see this map. You will on the stream, I guess, in delay.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stream. Kept bugging me.
Yeah. You can hit configure. Don't look at my password. And you can like select repositories. So I'm just gonna select the one we just created. What do we call it? What do we just call this? Oh my gosh. NextJS workshop. There we go. Add that and save this. And so now, here's the crazy parts, I guess, about that. I'll go back to my repository here. Whenever we do a push, it will automatically deploy.
Right.
And the best part about it, so let's create a branch and make some modifications on the branch. So let's check out. Here's like a test branch. Feature slam. I don't know. And we'll make some modifications to one of the pages. We'll just change like the main page. It still says like hey all. I'll just hey exclamation mark. Oops, get ass. That's not what I want. Right. Minus M. Super cool change. And we'll push that up. And we'll just wait for all the magic to happen.
And like you said, whenever it's deploying new code, it would only send those changed files. So like every subsequent deployment after the initial one should still be faster.
Yeah, it does a diff. So like the initial upload is a bit slower because you're uploading literally all of the source values, the source codes you have, but then after that it's much faster. So you see here we have a pull request, or we can create a pull request. So this new branch, let's do that. We'll create a pull request. Hacktoberfest, dude! I'm so excited. There's new like shirts are gonna look so cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I didn't really participate in that one last year.
No.
So that was interesting.
What? What's happening? Where's my now integration? Integrations and services. Here. Oh, did I not save it properly? Next. No, it should be in there. Yeah, NextJS workshop. Okay, it's in there. Weird. Let me go back. Here. Pull request. What's happening? Oh. I wonder if I have to have a now config. Config. How do I do that dot? Now.json? How do I do a now config? Just doing those no config deployments.
Yeah, now.json.
Now.json? Okay.
Yeah.
Now.json. We'll just do version 2. That's all we need. And I guess we can alias this too. So you can do alias, which is pretty cool. And we can put in like what was this called? I don't know, next dash workshop. And if that's available, it'll automatically alias that for us and give us like a next workshop.now.sh URL, which is pretty cool.
Okay, yeah. So in terms of deploying, you have control over what URL it gives you when you're deploying?
Yes.
So like if you're binding things like setting your DNS records for your domain registrar, you'll be able to just, I guess, use CNAME and pass it over?
Yep. And they have a bunch of documentation on how to actually set up all that stuff. I am not a pro, Matt, let me tell you. Here we go. Good, so we got this now bot. And because we have to have a now.json. We can't do like no config deployments. Not that this is like no config. This is seriously like 2 lines of that. But it will automatically deploy this branch on a specific. What is this? Anyway. Oh! It failed. I wonder if that domain's already taken. Oh, it's already in use. Okay. NextJS, Ottawa, workshop. That can't be taken. Git add git commit. No, amend. Ugh. Don't ever force push your code. It's bad. Okay, build now. Yeah, so it automatically builds, it automatically deploys it, gives it a unique URL so you can view it in parallel with your live.
Right.
And then when you merge it, obviously it will just flop those URLs to like re-alias your pending ones with production ones.
Right. And now, like, is when it deploys all your stuff, like it's server-side rendered, so you can deploy your stuff to the edge of the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Is now sitting on top of like AWS, or is it cloud agnostic? Does it kind of share different clouds?
I don't think they make it super obvious, but I'm 90% sure they're on top of AWS.
Okay. So like they'll handle like cache breaking and stuff, all the cloud kind of things.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can figure out which, but I'm pretty confident it's all on AWS. Oh yes! Yeah. Oh, this is amazing. I was trying out this new plugin as well. So they have a plugin ecosystem. So it deployed it. I can check out my URL, but also it like sends me in the pull request like a screenshot of the old URL versus the new URL and what's changed. And you can go and like.
That's awesome.
I know, isn't that cool?
What plugin is that? What's it called?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Let me just check it out. Let me just go into my dashboard here, so you can see I deployed it. Integrations here. So I have two of them. You can also automatically run Lighthouse on there. Deploy summary, it's called. Yeah, a visual summary of deployments. I'm not really sure how this Lighthouse one works. I haven't seen that in action yet either. I wonder if it puts something in here. Anyway, so yeah.
Lighthouse,
go ahead.
Sorry. We at Rebel we started playing around with using Lighthouse on our CI/CD.
Oh yeah.
So that if we had we're deploying with a competitor to NextJS and now unnamed. But what we do is because performance is so huge, if we kind of set our benchmark to a threshold, and if at deploy time the performance takes a hit, it'll fail the build. It'll fail the deployment.
Oh, interesting.
Or if, let's say, your accessibility or pretty much any of the metrics that you'd get back from Lighthouse, if they drop below a certain amount, you can stop it.
Right.
It's not completely done, but that's kind of the idea. So I'm assuming that's what you'd use it for here.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure how
to keep track of performance and your PWA stuff in case your build broke it.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, so you can get all that with one pull request, and then inside of you get this new environments situation going on here in the main. I don't know what. There's so many different nav bars in GitHub, but the third nav bar down, and it shows you the staging environments which are currently active, and then when we merge this super cool change, which we will do right now in the pull request tab with more nav bars.
Very cool.
There we go. Merge, because we looked at it. Obviously, we should probably view this deployment. Yes, okay, our change looks good. Where's the pull request? We'll be able to branch anymore. Pop over here. We should have two environments. Boom. One is production, which is rebuilding, and the other one is staging. So just like that. So you can manage two full ecosystems, production and staging, just through GitHub and this tiny little file. And if you didn't want to do that and you want to deploy manually, you don't even need this file. You can just make sure you have a build and a start inside of here.
Right.
I don't even know if you need a start. I think you just need a build, but you can do no config deployments and just run now. That's it. I feel like that's like the powers of now and next. Any questions?
Not for me. I've been interrupting you the whole time, so it's good.
Yeah. So what do you think? That's like, so that took us about an hour with the like in between, I guess.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out.
So that combined with the time from yesterday, like we could. Well, we got stuck on a few things yesterday that wouldn't happen again. So
Yes.
I think that's good.
Cool.
And, yeah. This is very awesome.
Oh, they even like tossed in my now URL into the description. Of my repo. I didn't notice that.
Oh, cool.
I did not put that there. Boom, Fred. Look at that. Cool. There you go. You built your first pair program, your first NextJS site. So you're still on Gatsby? This is the thing? Like Gatsby all the way?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think that's the one I know so far.
Right.
I'm not. Well, that's what we're doing at Rebel. Like we built our main page. We kind of built out a new kind of CMS.
Yeah.
It's a little unconventional from all the other examples of how Gatsby is being used, but
Right.
we're gonna have our marketing team building out the pages and stuff like that.
Nice.
And yeah, like we had this. I guess the problem we were dealing with was back like maybe 2-3 years ago. We had our marketing team waiting for the devs to build every single marketing page campaign. Like anything that had to be done now was like, well, if we're busy, we can. We're a pretty lean team. And then something that changed was we had another kind of project going where the marketing team was able to build their pages with WordPress, and then we kind of injected it into our infrastructure, which is pretty old.
Right.
It's like injecting it into an ASPX page, so we can still have our header and footer and all that stuff. But like that just really introduces like all those layers of JavaScript, CSS, HTML, some more JavaScript. It was just a mess. So the performance took a hit and SEO on the website. So now we're trying to find that middle ground where the dev team has control over the infrastructure and the efficiency of the code and everything that we can do, but the marketing team should be able to make new pages without us, given that we're trying to put together a design system and a pattern library so that the sections of the website are pre-built and they're built in React by the dev team, but the marketing team can configure them in any order with whatever content they want, and we have some constraints on both ends.
Yeah.
But the performance went up load time went down like 1100%. It was crazy when we deployed it. And this is based on a Lighthouse audit, not real time in the office. Like the website runs fast, but now it's crazy fast.
Right. Nice.
But if you're on a 3G phone, like you're talking. I was out camping and I decided to try it on my phone, and it was like 20 seconds to 2 seconds. Like it was that.
That's
fast.
crazy. You'll have to give me. We'll do like a reverse version of this, where like I haven't really tried Gatsby. I haven't really given it a good go. Which is I'm wearing their shirt right now.
Oh yeah. Like it's very similar. Some of the parts like NextJS is server side rendering on demand.
Yeah.
I think they can leverage like the whole building your API.
Yeah.
That I'd never seen before. So that was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Building out your express routes or HTTP routes within all that stuff I've never seen before with Gatsby. They have it's a slightly different kind of offering, but
yeah. Well, yeah, and they because they bundle as well like GraphQL and CMS style stuff right in there, right?
Yeah, it's not so much server side rendering your app. It's statically generating like your pages. So you're pre-building everything. There's no on demand. It's less dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to do reverse though. You'll have to like stream me learning Gatsby. You giving me a Gatsby tutorial.
Yes, absolutely.
Because Next is my default, even for like things that probably should be static websites. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna build it Next.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea for maybe coming up next.
Coming up, that's right. Coming up next. Cool.
After the workshop, after the workshop.
Yeah, so the
Maybe next
workshop
week.
is on Monday, which is in 4 or 5 days. I don't know. I'm not gonna count. I'm too tired.
Monday. I think we might have told people at the React meetup that it was on Thursday, so I'm
That's
gonna
fine.
send out a tweet about that.
Should we create
info.
like a meetup event in Ottawa React that links to the other one,
Maybe? Because I mean, there's like
or just put a
close
post
to
on there or
700.
something?
Yeah. Oh, maybe there's like 700 members. I think like leveraging that group because I this applies like 100% to React
Exactly.
Ottawa. So, um, like who of our members that go to the React meetups wouldn't be interested in this? So, I think creating the event and like promoting it that way would help get a lot of traction on the Zeit group.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Because it is going slower than I expected. Because I'm like, oh, maybe people just haven't heard of it, which is shocking a bit to me. Because if I've heard of it, I feel like other people have heard of it, but,
Yeah.
but maybe not. Cool.
So
Okay.
it's on Monday.
It's on Monday, the 16th, which I believe is a Monday.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, some pretty cool talks as well. As that's gonna be a cool thing. I'm looking forward to those talks. The co-creator of Create React app. That's so cool.
That's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah,
So does he work for
he does.
Zeit?
He works for
Cool.
Zeit.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Nice.
Again, I don't remember. I can just pull it up, I guess. Meetup.com. Just boom! Look at that. Auto reacts. 671 specifically. If you want to know, Matt,
Yeah.
how many members we have. Zeit one. I love their like graphics. Oh, it's so good, so sleek. Okay,
Yeah.
Joe is speaking about. So okay, he maintains Next.js. So he actually uses Next.js. He's going to be talking about the latest and greatest stuff in Next.js, insights on how the Next.js team works, and the current pipeline. Interesting, the
Cool.
current pipeline. So we'll get to see like what are they working on next for next. And then Alan, cool guy, is going to be talking about zero configs. There we go. Yeah. And sneak peek into new upcoming features. I'm excited about this.
Mhm.
It's gonna be super cool.
Awesome.
Mostly remote. I'm gonna be the only one who's not remote, but
Okay. Right.
that's fine.
And this is Shopify.
It's at Shopify.
6:30 to 9:30. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's a bit longer than usual, but that's all right. We'll handle it. We'll handle it. It's on the 8th floor too. I've never been to this 8th floor like room.
The eighth floor is that's the floor that the public can get into, right?
That might be the 6th floor. Maybe not. Maybe I'm lying to you. I don't know. 8th floor. I have
I've
no
only
idea.
been there a few times. I forget. There's like they're pretty much all locked except for the one. Right?
That's right. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, thank you
Yeah,
everyone
sounds
for
good.
watching. Thank you, Matt, for taking a part of
Yeah.
this and helping
Thanks
me
for teaching me this
set this
stuff.
up. It was barely teaching. You were doing all of it. Equal contributions. Cool.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too, man. Thanks a lot.
See ya.
Bye.